Pretty crazy news last night came out. Big picture of Ross smiling on Twitter. And I think super inspiring that a politician kept a promise, first off.
I think he had to keep a promise. I don't think it was Trump. I don't think Trump would care one iota about Ross Ulbricht if it wasn't for the Bitcoin community continuously pressing for this. Not only the Bitcoin community, but like his mother, Lynn Ulbricht, right? To her campaign for 11 years. I met her on a Tom Woods cruise, and I talked to her for about, half an hour. And then I saw her at Bitcoin Miami in 2021. And she, this had been, I don't know how many years after it, maybe 7 years after it, 6 years after it. And she was still fighting and pleading and talking to anyone that would listen. So, for me, I know how much my mom loved me, and I know my mom would go around the world as many times as she needed to help me. And so I really felt and empathized with her plight. And I'm thrilled for Ross. I can't imagine living in a cell, but I'm also thrilled for his mom.
Yeah, dude, the kid lost 11 years, prime years of his life for being a pretty genius entrepreneur at the end of the day, just not following the rules that the system has laid out for everyone. And then I don't know the exact details, but the trial was a bit of a sham as well with what he actually went to jail for. So yeah, I mean, it brought tears to my eyes to hear that he's free. He's a human being. He's got a life to live. He's a smart dude, clever entrepreneur. And so I'm really interested to see what happens with his life now. So will he receive his Bitcoin fortune back?
Yeah. So I haven't really thought about this, but from what I hear, right, they still have his coins, at least some of them. And so now that he's pardoned, and it's a full pardon, right? It's not a commutation or whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that exonerates him of his crimes and then gives him legal right or legal claim to those coins that are held by the federal government right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's a lot of money. What do we say it was? It's like 15 billion or something. 70,000 coins, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what his future holds. I found a pretty funny meme about this. Heartbreaking. Trump condemns man to 20 years of life, which is no doubt going to be what happens. I mean, no matter what, he's going to have a brand now. He's going to have books come out. He's going to have support from especially the Bitcoin community for the rest of his life.
Well, yeah. Can you imagine that 180 going from, wondering if your life is going to be behind these concrete walls and cell bars, to now coming out into the world, celebrated and having all of this attention and opportunity thrown your way. It's going to be interesting, it's going to be interesting how he handles that. I don't know how I would handle that,
Or maybe he'll just disappear from public eye completely.
Yeah, maybe he's over it, dude. Yeah. Maybe he's like, dude, I did my thing. And going back to what you were saying, I think he was innovative, right? And I think that he was acting on free market principles. I think that he was practicing agorism. He was finding a way to really utilize Bitcoin in the way that it was designed to be, peer-to-peer cash, and creating a marketplace for it. And so, yeah, it's amazing. I remember when he got locked up. I remember listening to Trace Mayer, and he said something that struck a chord with me, brought it home to reality, that this dude is I don't know how old he was at the time, 29. He's going to be facing 60 years in prison. And I just couldn't imagine being in that situation mentally. And the way he presented it is there's no hope. He's never getting out. But so, that stuck with me, and I imagine that was the case. But again, through the perseverance of his mother and the Bitcoin community, now he's out.
Yeah. And so what I meant to say in the beginning is just that, Trump easily could have said, fuck you guys, I'm president now. I did what I had to do to become president. And we were all kind of thinking that first day as well. And we're kind of still thinking it with the strategic Bitcoin reserve, right? It's Trump is still Trump. He's not exactly an honest guy, which maybe that can lead us into Trump coin. He's also a bit of a grifter, as a lot of people call that.